Hi, welcome back to the Green Door Dinner Party. My name is Jess. Can you think of a dessert that is more synonymous with summer than s'mores? I can't. They're delicious, they're ooey gooey, sticky and messy. Kids love them, adults love them. You can make them on a campfire, you can make them on your gas burner on your stove, but what if you don't have fire and you still are craving that ooey gooey s'mores goodness? Enter no bake s'mores bars. That's what we're going to be making today. It starts with two 10.5-ounce packages of mini marshmallows, a third of a stick of butter. We have a cup of semi-sweet or milk chocolate chips, and 6.5 cups of Golden Grahams cereal. My mom used to make these when I was a kid. I absolutely love these. We have about 2 Hershey bars worth of the little rectangles. I think they call them pips. That's the technical term, but we're going to use those on the top. And then we have another couple cups of marshmallows for the top as well. So let's get started. All right, let's start by melting our butter. I've got the stove on medium heat. Okay, the butter is melted. Now we're going to add these mini marshmallows. And you're going to want to melt these down until they're almost completely melted. And then you have to move pretty quickly. I have our cooktop just a little bit below medium, and I'll continuously stir these as they melt so they don't stick to the sides of my bowl. All right, let's add in our Golden Grahams. I like to gradually stir them in. Makes it a little easier to work with. Make sure you coat your Golden Grahams with as much marshmallow as you can before the marshmallow gets cool and too hard to work with. These are great snacks to take to the park, on the lake, to the boat. When you want that summer s'mores flavor, but you just don't have a fire to make s'mores. Now that we have that really nice and combined, we're going to add 1 cup of chocolate chips and stir those in. I'm using semi-sweet chocolate chips. You could use dark chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips. You could even mix it up with some peanut butter chips if you're into the more unique s'mores flavors. We're not going to combine that too much. We don't want them completely melted. And then we're going to add the rest of our marshmallows. And again, we don't want these to completely melt. They will start to melt a little bit just because of the residual heat, but we're looking for those to keep most of their shape and texture. All right. It's time to transfer this to a 9x13 pan. I did spray this with cooking spray, and just to make it a little bit easier when we cut them, I also am going to include some parchment paper in our 9x13 pan. This is where it gets a little messy, but that's all right. It's worth it. Okay, now we're just going to press it down in to the corners of the pan. You could use your hands to do this. One tip, if you are going to use your hands and you don't want them completely covered in marshmallows, you can get them a little wet, and that moisture will help deter the marshmallows from sticking just a little bit. We're going to add a few more marshmallows on top. You can just reserve about 1.5 handfuls from your bag of marshmallows before you get started. And then, because it wouldn't be s'mores without Hershey bars, we're going to take some of these chunks of Hershey bar and just press those right into the top to really make this the perfect summer dessert I always say that my kids love these, but actually adults love these too. I have seen grown men devour more than half of a pan of these before. Next step is to stick this in the refrigerator for about an hour. Let them firm up a little bit, and then we'll cut them into squares and serve them. All right, our s'mores bars have been chilling in the fridge for about an hour. Now it's time to cut them. You're going to be really glad you used that parchment paper when it gets to this point. Now just take a sharp knife and cut them into whatever size squares you prefer. There you go, your delicious no-bake s'mores bars. Put these out at your next barbecue and they will not last long. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Green Door Dinner Party. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. And drop a comment if you make these no-bake s'mores bars and let us know what you think.